Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Railway Empire. We've already finished our first overall chapter. Got a rank of president, which I guess is the top rank here. And so far so good. I'm having fun with it. We're going to keep going. Let's go to the next chapter. Oh, so there really are just 5 chapters then, huh? Interesting. So, yeah, let's go do chapter 2. The early days. This chapter is all about the modest beginnings of the railroads, but how they then quickly revolutionized transportation in the USA, helping to revive the prosperity of the industrial centers on the East Coast. While you're building your first railroad empire and leading your rail tracks further towards the west to the Great Lakes, you will also learn about the economic systems behind Railway Empire. Philip Evan Thomas, the well-known railroad enthusiast from Baltimore, will be right by your side. Oh, now we can change this. Trains can pass each other without causing any traffic issue. AI only uses the regular chat network, but has to pay more. Yeah, we'll do realistic. That's kind of how I prefer to play anyway.
Meticulous planning, tables, figures, and hard facts.
All right, looks like we're not changing anything from this guy, so we'll play with him some more.
In 1830, the prosperous industrial centers on the east coast of the United States of America were poorly connected to the mainland. Insufficiently developed toll roads and slow ship canals were the only options when making long journeys. Farmers, businessmen, and travelers lamented these long, arduous, and above all, unsafe transport routes. They were not only an inconvenience for travelers, but also shackles on an emergent nation's hunger to grow. But at this time, a development from England was taking its first steps and helped keep alive the hope of many cities in the East of reaching greater economic influence and growth.
All right, yeah, so...
I've been waiting for you. I'm Philip Evan Thomas. It's always been my dream to build a railroad to the Ohio River and beyond. That would help everyone, both the settlers and the natives. And I need your help with that. First of all, I have 2 tasks for you in order to build a base from where we can monitor further activities. But as I learned back when I was a bank clerk, the books must always balance. So take care to make a profit, even with these preliminary assignments.
All right, cool. All right, I was just going to say is that it is fascinating to think about how important the railroads were. I mean, obviously not to just our country. Lots of countries, have railroads all over the place, but especially the United States. How big and how wide the United States is. How much the railroads. I mean, before we had the highway systems and semi trucks running over the place, railroads were just critical. I mean, they're basically what made the United States what it is today, and it's just fascinating to think about. Very cool. All right, let's go look at our task here. Connect Baltimore and Washington. Connect 3 rural businesses to your rail network. Okay. Cool. Baltimore and Washington. So that should be, I was going to say it right there. So we actually need to get the stations down. I guess we'll just continue doing, well, we've got money for the large stations, but I'm assuming we could always upgrade a small station to a large station at some point. So we're just going to start with the small stations. Oh, wait a minute. You already have a station. Okay, so Washington just needs a station. Well, I mean, the fact that you've already got a full-on station makes me wonder if I shouldn't do something with that, but we'll just do this for now. Love the fact that when the railroad comes through, everybody else has to move. All right, let's get some tracks down, and we'll just do this first line for now, and take that.
Oh, who's this new fish swimming in our pond? Greetings from the beautiful city of Charlotte. What was your name again? Beautiful stranger, wasn't it? Well, that's what you look like. Just let me know if you need help push-starting your trains.
Oh, okay. We're being snarky now, huh? Connect 3 rural business to your network. So we got to get some rural business, which I'm guessing is what these types of things are.
Look, To be clear, I have nothing against strangers. Some of my best friends are strangers. But you're not from here, and New York is my city. That's where I do business. I say when the trains roll, where they're going, and why. As long as you don't get in my way, everything will be A-okay between us.
All right. Well, let's see what Baltimore needs.
I see our
Everything.
two competitors have introduced themselves to you. They have different approaches and so will behave differently. Basically, however, they want to expand their rail networks and make a profit just like you do. So stay on guard and don't let them take advantage of you.
Sounds good. All right. Let's get some more train stations set up over here then. We're definitely going to do one here at the milk section. It's not really going to be a way for us to get more than one thing here, I don't think. So we'll just, we'll get you set up over here somewhere. Kind of, I don't know, a little bit out of the way. Do that, and we'll get a track there. We'll just, for now, connect it to the first line. Assuming that gets us credit for one. It does, okay. So that's what I thought that was going to do. Getting the corn probably makes the most sense for the next thing. We know we're going to need it. And then last but not least, I'm assuming the cows are going to be pretty important to the mixture here. So for the cows, we're going to put it, again, can't quite get both of those, I don't think, unless we might be able to do it if we use a large station, but I think for this playthrough, we're just going to stick with the small ones for now. I kind of want to bring it along there. And find some way to just kind of connect it to the front here, if at all possible. It's not cheap, but something like that will get us started at least.
The bigger a city gets, the greater its demands get too. At some point, the goods from the immediate area will no longer be enough. That's where the railroad comes in handy. Now select Baltimore to take a closer look at the city. Baltimore, where the headquarters of our firm is located, has a large clothing industry. The city therefore needs a constant supply of fabrics.
Ah, okay.
In New York, on the other hand, the fashion-conscious customers are waiting for deliveries of ready-tailored goods.
So there is a little bit of a supply chain stuff going on.
Between Baltimore and New York, so that the clothing produced in Baltimore can be delivered to New York.
All right, Baltimore and New York. Okay, that's actually kind of challenging. We're gonna have to come around the top, it looks like, because coming around the bottom looks like it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. So can we just come out of the Collins estate and just circle around to the top of New York? Not with the way it's currently set up. Huh. Very expensive. Actually gonna need some tunneling if we're gonna do that route. What if we came out of what if we came out of here somewhere? Can we come in the bottom? We can't really come in the bottom. I'm actually not sure how to set this up. Just the way he's got it laid out here with double tracks does make it challenging to connect to New York. All right, can we connect? Can we just start? We can't. Oh, we have to do our own station. I assumed we just used his station. I misunderstood what was happening here. Okay, so in that case, yeah, we're just going to kind of set it up here, I think, somewhere.
Hey, be careful. You're starting to drive me mad.
And then can we, I'm assuming we can't connect these two. Can, with a very crazy tunneling system. I don't think that's quite what we're looking for right now. We might change it later, but for right now, we've got to try and reduce the cost of this quite a bit, I think. There's really not a... Okay, there's a good connection right there. 218,000 bucks is probably about the cheapest we're going to get here. Again, maybe not the most ideal, but it will connect us and we'll get that completed. So we still need to get a rail line though. So we're going to add a locomotive. Grasshopper. Oh, we're starting really old. Okay. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? A little grasshopper. All right. And then let's get us a rail line from Baltimore to New York. Do whatever you want to sell.
I'll let you get on with your responsibilities. Stay alert. I will check on your progress from time to time.
All right, so we got to get some fabric down here at some point. Where's that going to come from? Oh, Baltimore needs the cloth for the clothing industry. You start building a line from here. Cotton is delivered to Pittsburgh. Okay, so there is definitely supply chains. Okay, I was hoping there would be, but I hadn't seen it yet. Connect Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Cool. All right, so Baltimore and Pittsburgh. More than likely, the best way to do that is just going to come out the top, I think. So we're going to come from here, maybe. Oh, we got to get the train station, of course. I think we're going to come out on this outer edge over here. And then let's see if we can get a train line set up from there to there. How much? Would it be better to do it this way? No, not really. That is such an expensive train line. Can we do it? Is there a way to do this nicely? Not really. Everything's going to require a tunnel. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think we have a choice. We have to tunnel somewhere. Kind of feel like going through the coal here. Setting up another station there just to make sure we have coal in our system anyway. Probably going to need it at some point. Might actually come out the top side of here. Just from a logistical standpoint. All right, we can connect those, but we don't have the money for that. Can we connect this at least? Kind of get us started. Yeah, it's not cheap, but we can at least get something started here. And then we'll figure out the rest later. Hey, we actually have a tunnel. Cool. Not sure how good that is, but we got one. All right, so we got a train line going to New York. So far, so good. 8 stations currently connected. All right. So what do we... Okay, we got to get that. 10 loads of cotton to Pittsburgh. 20 loads of clothing to New York. So we got to get cotton to... You know what? We can actually just go ahead and get this line set up then, right? Presumably. Kind of bring it up over this way.
Shouldn't you also leave a bit of room for more efficient rail systems?
I did. So, how about you keep yourself quiet there? All right, that one's easy. And we'll go ahead and get a train set up for that. And it's going to go from Wilson to Pittsburgh. Wait, did that not work? Okay, they do work. I see it now. All right, so that gets us the cotton, at least, to Pittsburgh. Still got to connect these, but we need money to connect those. I don't have anything else coming into Baltimore or Washington at the moment. I could possibly see a train line between Baltimore and Washington just to do some passengers or whatever else it might need. So I think we were going to go ahead and do that. We got some money for that. Let's grab you. Let's grab this, and we'll just say Baltimore and Washington. Just do like a little kind of express train of sorts. Doing something there. Passengers, whatever, mail, things like that. Eventually we need to get some of these other things down here. I mean, you guys demand literally everything. So if we had trains coming from all these things, it would be useful. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're actually going to go over... Okay, so he's connected to the Collins Estate as well. Oh, look at this. That's what I was wondering, how he's going to connect down here. Just puts a little bridge over the water. the zigzag of and spaghetti of tracks is going to be entertaining. He's actually got a full double line. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do the supply thing. Keep forgetting supply towers. I wonder if there's a way to make the supply towers kind of more of an automatic thing. So I need to connect some more of these other things, I think. Now, unlike Railroad Corporation, where once you get into a train station, the merging kind of automatically happens, that does not happen in this context. Random breakdown. Okay, we definitely need to get you set up with a maintenance shed. Where did that actually go? Okay, went over there. All right, so that should take care of that. You don't have a maintenance shed either, though. Pittsburgh probably could use a maintenance shed. It's probably a good idea. Oops, cancel. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Sure, we'll bid on some stuff.
I wish I'd already taken you out.
All right, cool. We want to go to Pittsburgh, and we want to add the maintenance shed here as well. Okay, that should take care of that. Cool, I'm happy with that. Still need to connect this line here, but it's going to be very, very expensive. Okay, you're just random breakdown. All right, no problem. Again, I'd still like to get trains set up for all these other bits, and maybe we really should, and that's probably going to be how we're going to make money. So let's go ahead and get a locomotive here. Let's go ahead and say you're going to go from Collins Estate, maybe to just to Baltimore? Or do we want to go all the way to Washington?
If you transport the clothing from Baltimore with your rail line, you will be making a considerable contribution to the growth of the industry. Everyone profits from that.
I'm assuming we don't have clothing being made yet, though, right? Or do we actually have clothing on hand?
You can hire train crews in the staff dialogue window. Then you'll need to view the train details of the selected train to assign the staff to it.
I wanted to tell you, I got something for you.
Oh.
Now, open the train details of your most important train and assign an engineer and a stoker to it.
This building was bothering me, so I revamped it a bit.
I'm sure it won't bother you that my spy took a quick look around your research department.
Spies. All right, first up, sabotage. So he sabotaged something here, huh? Do we see what he sabotaged? I don't know. And then we got research going. Increase the transportation fee per freight car by 8%. Increase the profits from transported mail. That could be useful. You know, let's grab that. We got mail being delivered. Increases the number of passengers. Sure.
I'll think of something for you. You can be sure of that.
All right, our most important train, which is, I mean, for now, it's going to be the train to New York. So we need to go to not by staff. We want to go to manage the train. There we go. We want to get an engineer, a conductor, and an engineer. Bandits have taken over the train from Baltimore to New York and robbed the passengers. So I want to pay the $61,000. Okay, yeah, I guess we have to.
This bandit was
Wow.
a complete success.
All right, so what does this get us? Let me slow down. Passengers already pay more. Mail pays more. Honestly, I don't know what we're getting the most money from. Do we have a good way to see that? maybe, but I don't know. We'll just take passengers. And then... Oh, did I not grab you? Oh, hire. Cool. And then for engineer, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll hire you. Cool.
What can I do if your employees can't resist my candy?
I just hired you!
You don't have first call on cities, farms, or mines. Of course, your transport income will fall if your competitors connect these to their rail networks.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so we...
Tracks, locomotives, buildings, and cash all increase the value of your company. And the higher this is, the higher the price of your company stocks.
Alright. Competitors.
Just
Okay.
as other companies buy stocks from you, you are able to buy some from them. If you do that, you will profit from the success of your competitors. You should buy stocks via the company dialog window now.
Company dialog window. How do we actually buy stocks? I don't know. Let's grab 5% shares in
You
you.
can have a few crumbs of my success.
And let's grab 5% shares of you.
Hey, in your place, I'd invest in me as well.
This should stay just between us, as it's, well, not entirely legal. But we need to keep all of our options open. A saboteur has applied for a job with you. If you send him to one of your competitors, he will make trouble for them. This can also cause their stock price to fall. You don't have to deploy saboteurs to do better than your competitors. You can deal with them in a more classy and legal way. Take a look at which routes are more lucrative and will ensure you become the most important transporter there.
All right, good to know. Where is our train here?
By the way, your competitor, Don Lorenzo, is a bit of a gang boss. You can imagine that he has good connections to bandits and saboteurs, so it's much easier for him to deploy such characters.
Reduce the cost of new routes. I think that would be a good person to hire. Let's grab this train here, and let's grab manage you, and let's see if we can get us another conductor. Maybe no, we can't. Is it because they're already gone? Yep, looks like they're already gone. Okay. Interesting. The whole saboteur and stealing people and all that kind of stuff is different, obviously. Number of passengers in every city. All right, we'll just grab this one for now. All right, we still got to connect this, and it's very, very expensive, as we know. See,
You
getting
should have learned the most important aspects of your position by now. I'll let you get on with your responsibilities. Stay alert. I will check on your progress from time to time.
better a city supply with goods by rail, the faster it grows. Select a city dialogue. Okay, so you actually grown a little bit. Good stuff. So we got a lot more tasks to do now. A lot more tasks to do. Oh my goodness, we have to achieve a 20 million value. Buy one of your competitors' companies. Wow. There is a lot going on here. Oh wow, there's pop-ups everywhere. Slow down, slow down. What do we do? Okay, so that's good. Awesome. Washington's getting bigger. Cool. What about you? Each town has industries where higher quality goods are manufactured. These goods may be in demand in other cities, so I'm assuming that's where that fabric is, or the clothes are coming from. Trains running between cities carry freight and express goods. Express goods should be transported as quickly as possible because you will be paid more. That makes sense. So unlike in the other game where it's the distance gives you more money, in this case, I guess the quicker you get there gives us more money. Since every citizen in a city needs goods, demand raises in line with an increased population. However, the larger a city is, the more variety its citizens expect. Makes sense. You can hire office personnel through the personnel dialogue window. You do not need to assign office personnel because it's done automatically. Good. And then into the personnel dialogue where you can hire employees, but they won't wait forever for a job. Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. All right. What do we got over here? We can get us a new train. Jean Bull. Isn't that what we start with in the other game? John Bull? Let's have the John Hancock. So these are both mixed trains. Is there any reason to grab that one ever? Wouldn't this one just be a better train? Looks like it's a better train to me.
Oh, this new locomotive looks adventurous.
How much would it cost us to upgrade everything? Not that bad. Let's go for it. Get everything replaced. Get more better trains. We still need to connect more things. I do want to get... I think I want to get 2 lines between Washington and Baltimore. Or no, sorry, not between Washington, but between Baltimore and Nolan Breeding or whatever here. So let's go here. We're going to expand the station. Gets us a second train line. I will have to merge some things together here in a minute, but let's get you connected to here. And then, okay, John Bull conquers the... Yep. And then let's, we want to merge these over here on this side of things. It's not really a good way to merge it at the moment. Aww. Trying to think of the best way to do this. We might need to delete some stuff here. That's not really a good way to... Alright, let's bulldoze a little bit further back then. I keep hitting the wrong button. Bulldoze there, I guess. I would actually refund some... I hadn't even noticed that it was refunding stuff. And for now, just connect wherever you can here. Alright. That looks good. Okay, so... I mean, it's not perfect, but it helps a little bit. We do want to... Now we want to set up the signals, though. Like, are those signals already there? How do we... Looks like there's already signals there, but maybe not. Is it under the train station itself? Guess not. I mean, it looks like there's signals there on both sides. So I want to set the directionality of this, and I don't know if I understand how that works. I guess the signals are free. Is that what I'm seeing here? Okay, so what am I missing here? I'm missing something with how these work. Okay, I can do signals up there. I can't do signals on this part of the track. I can do signals down here. Can I do signals coming out of this station? Alright, so I can do a signal going that direction. And I want this to be that type of signal. Okay, perfect. And then I want this to be that direction. That type of signal. Okay. So that defined that. Is it smart enough to know that all the way up to here? All the way up to here at least, so... Okay, looks like we can do this and this. Maybe? It's working. It's a start. I don't know if it's actually working. You're stuck at the moment. So do we need to give you a signal as well? And I want this to be just kind of a two-way signal, though. Anybody else stuck? The following applies to all train stations. The larger the station, the shorter the loading and unloading times will be available. Okay, that makes sense. Cycle through the trains. Okay. Build city stations at the center to... Okay, we saw this before. Build city... Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I understand it completely. Whenever a train reaches the city, freight, mail, and passengers will be unloaded. The rising numbers represent transport revenue. The faster transport express goes, the higher revenues. Makes sense. So we are still paused. We're currently unpaused. You're moving. Okay, so you were just waiting till we unpaused, effectively. Okay, so we still need to get this connection here someday. I don't have the money for it right now, though. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be bidding on stuff like this, but...
Say, are you a bit slow? I have already bid.
Feels good to grab things that might be beneficial to us. Alright, actually, I don't think we have anything coming from Nolan Breeding specifically. So part of the reason I set that up is because I was going to get something coming from Nolan Breeding. We got one coming from Wilson's farm, or Collins Estate. We also don't have anything coming from the cows. Okay. Build a rural train station. So, yeah, okay. And it is telling me that it is a good idea to potentially go to the bigger ones. Okay, good to know. Maybe we could have stuck some bigger ones in between some of these. We're actually all dug out in a little mountain here. Alright, I think getting another one between Nolan Breeding and Baltimore and potentially even Washington would be good. So that's milk. Does Washington need milk? It does, okay. It's actually quite expensive. Oh, you can't... I am confused. Why would you not be able to get to Baltimore? I'm so confused what's going on here. Why wouldn't you be able to get to Baltimore? What did I break? Apparently I broke something. Wow, I really did. What did I break down here with the way I set the train lines up? We have a train ready to go, but... Gotta be something with the signals. Oh, okay. Part of it is this. That is not connected to kind of join those up. But that can't be the only thing. That's going to keep it from getting to Washington. Within the train station itself, it just doesn't know directionality. Maybe there's something I should be doing to make that... I didn't remember that being a thing before. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, what I'm trying to do here. Oh, I see the little carts bringing it to the train station. I'm kind of curious how you get down the cliff, though. Oh, are you going to go around? I was just going to turn around. All right. I'll figure this out either between episodes or just next time with you guys. For now, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, hopefully we can figure out what I broke. I do appreciate you guys watching, though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.